We're talking Star Trek this time. Wink of an eye after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. Wink of an Eye is an interesting third season adventure, and it is not without its positive points. There is a race of people who are finding themselves at the end of their rope, and they lure the Enterprise in with a distress call, and they exist due to radiation in their water to a point to where they move so much faster than we do that we don't see them. It seems to be like insects. And so their idea is that they will capture a ship, have its crew accelerated to their level, and then mate with them because all their men were sterile as a result of long-term exposure to the radiated water. However, beyond that, the show doesn't really show any kind of enlightenment at all. They kidnap the captain, essentially, and the captain fights back and then makes no effort to try to help them at all. Just basically says, you'll go back to your planet and die, and then we'll move on. And that's exactly what they did. Now, there's only one scene in there, of course, where the captain is being intimate with the Queen. We can tell that he's putting his boots on at the beginning of this scene, indicating that he had taken them off earlier. And there is quite a bit of jealousy within this group of 5 people. And so it can be assumed that whatever the captain did probably will have some effect on them down there, but they don't follow into that. They don't say, at least we got what we want out of this and can move on. None of this is of any sort of consideration. It was just basically we got in this mess, we're getting ourselves out of a mess, and we don't care what happens to them. It's not very Star Trek, honestly. And while it's interesting that there are people who could live at a different frame rate as the rest of us, also it's a little difficult to figure out how the human-sized motion were able to find an antidote quickly enough before the captain aged out of his high-speed living. So I have some problems with how they were able to discern how time went by. It doesn't appear to be, if you can't see that they're moving at all and you're moving so fast that they can't see you at all, it would indicate that much of this would happen within a few minutes and then gone before they could ever react. And that was what they were saying at the very beginning. It's just that script armor prevented it. So the captain sabotaging the transporter was enough to give them another 2 seconds to find an antidote and get it to the captain. And then, Spock is able to do some fast repairs. Once the captain has one of their weapons, they seem to be a whole lot less interested in trying to subdue him at all, and they could have done that easily enough. So it's a lot of holes in this episode. I don't think that it's very good. It's just another one of these. We find this high priestess that finds Kirk irresistible and has to go to bed with him. And that's really all that happened here. If that's all that you wanted out of this, Kirk and High Priestess kissing each other, okay. So there you have it. That's a wink of an eye. And in a wink of an eye, we say, forget it. So we'll be back on Friday with a Babylon 5 review. And then after Christmas, we will have, actually the day after Christmas, Boxing Day, we will have a review of the Doctor Who Christmas special. We hope you'll be along for that. As we've mentioned earlier, if you haven't seen the DS9 video, we are going to take Christmas week off, so we will not be presenting any videos during Christmas week other than the Doctor Who special, and we'll return to our regular schedule after the first of the year. So thank you very much. I appreciate all of the support that you've given me over this year, and I look forward to sharing my views and seeing yours into the next year. Until then, don't go far.